Now, I want to tell you now about the common mistakes that I see many advertisers do. And just to let you know, these aren't mistakes that are done by the beginners or the newbies. Guys, these are mistakes I've seen even the top spenders do. Many people here, they just look at this operation as a media buying activity. Okay, you've got to think like a business owner here. You're not just buying clicks. You're not just buying traffic. You've got to think of the bigger picture. The problem is that most people give up at this part. They launch their campaigns, they don't see results, and they quit. But the success happens later. Try to avoid all 6 of these, you'll be at a better place with your media buying efforts. The first one is impulsively launching. Just jumping in, create an ad, create a campaign, boom, let's go. Didn't study competition, not aware of who your top competitors are, what advantage they have, what advantage you have, just jumping into it blind. Big problem, big mistake. Study your competition. Have a plan before you start. Everyone, that applies to absolutely everybody. Number 2, little measurement or measuring meaningless, low-value metrics. And I will jump into the importance of measurement in a couple of slides. But measurement is everything in succeeding in performance marketing, okay? The best performance marketers out there, they measure absolutely everything, and they optimize towards the best macro conversion there is. More on that later. Number 3, very basic campaigns, very basic ads. They just write a couple of ads, you know, buy shoes in London, slap it on, let's go. They just do that. That's not good, all right? Spend some time, spend some effort, be creative. And if you're not the creative type, if you're more the businessy type, you're looking at the big picture, no problem. Hire a copywriter. Hire someone who is creative to write that for you. Put some effort in, right? It is a competitive space. If you want to stand out, then you're going to have to do something innovative. You're going to have to do something special. Number 4, and this is probably my biggest pet peeve, right? Little or no A/B testing. This is where so many advertisers, even the biggest of them that are spending hundreds of thousands a month, are leaving so much opportunity on the table. You've got to be A/B testing on a regular basis. You'd be surprised the accounts I've seen that haven't changed the campaigns in a long time. And hey, if you've stumbled across an ad or a campaign that works, don't touch it. Keep it going, let it fly. But you need to keep experimenting. The top accounts I've seen at Google are always running experiments, always. If you go look at the ad accounts, there's always experiments in there, and check out Google Experiments. It's a powerful way for you to constantly refine the progress of your campaigns, okay? Sometimes a little subtle change in your landing page, in your ad creative, could make all the difference in the world for you. But you'll never know that if you don't take the effort to test. And one point here, you don't want to test everything. You want to focus on testing the big blocks that will move the needle the most. So for example, changing the color of your call to action button on your landing page is a tiny test. It's not going to change your business. But changing your creative copy, or changing the image on your display ad, or changing the style of your YouTube video, for an example, that's a bigger A/B test. So focus on the big A/B tests and work your way down. Number 5, this is a crucial one as well. Many people here, they just look at this operation as a media buying activity. Okay, you've got to think like a business owner here. You're not just buying clicks. You're not just buying traffic. You've got to think of the bigger picture. What's the plan? What's your budget? How much are you willing to spend? How much are you willing to lose? What's your testing budget? What are your targets? How much do you want to generate a lead for? How much do you want to generate a sale for? You need to have these numbers down on a Google Sheet document, preferably, down to the T before you jump in. Understand what is your margin? What are your costs? Don't just focus on big revenue figures and ignore all the little costs because you want to brush them under the table because you don't want to take a look at them. No, look at absolutely every number. Last but not least here, a lot of the mistakes that I see, usually because they made all the mistakes above, they just turn off the ads. It doesn't work. That niche doesn't work. It's not for me. I'm just going to stop it. And to expand on that, every time you start or launch a campaign, and this applies even to the best accounts out there, the most optimized, okay? chances are at the beginning, you might see a dip in performance. Chances are you won't see the instantaneous results from day one. So become comfortable with that. Again, this is based on seeing hundreds of accounts and going back to see the initial couple of weeks. The first couple of weeks, the algorithm is learning. Speaking of the algorithm is only as smart as the data it has. So if you give it good data, if you let it optimize and head towards the goal that you really care about, then that's the results that you'll receive. The problem is that most people give up at this part. They launch their campaigns, they don't see results, and they quit. But the success happens later. This is based on direct, concrete data here. You've got to keep it going, let the algorithm learn, and don't give up straight away. Testing. Should you be testing frequently and aggressively and intensely, or should you be letting your campaigns run? My recommendation is that you should be more towards the lean side, but still striking a balance. If you're not testing, you're leaving opportunity on the table. But if you're aggressively testing too much, then you're not letting the algorithm optimize towards the goals that you want.